Okay, this video is for all the fucking idiots who think that Paul McCartney is dead. Now, I remind you that if Paul McCartney actually died, why would the Beatles try to cover it up? If Paul McCartney actually died in 1966, you know what would have happened? The Beatles would have said, we regret to inform you that our friend and bass player Paul McCartney has died, and the Beatles would have broken up that year. Because there's no way you could get someone who's an exact duplicate like Paul McCartney. And another fact is, oh yeah, and I seen some comments on one video. If Paul McCartney's left-handed, then why is he holding a cigarette in his right hand? Just because someone is left-handed doesn't mean they do stuff right-handed. For example, my great-grandmother, when she was alive, she was left-handed. She wrote left-handed, but she did everything right-handed. She cooked right-handed. She smoked right-handed. Doesn't mean doesn't mean that she did everything left-handed. She did a lot of stuff right-handed. So Paul McCartney used to smoke right-handed because not a lot of people that use their left hand always use their left hand for everything. Do you think if someone's left-handed masturbates left-handed? No, they masturbate right-handed. But that's completely going off the subject. So we're on the theory of Paul McCartney's death. Okay. So that's one reason. Paul McCartney used to smoke with his right hand, and a lot of left people do the same thing. Not a lot of people that are left-handed always do everything left-handed, like I said. So, now if Paul McCartney died in 1966, he wouldn't have met Linda Eastwood. Am I right here? Paul McCartney, face change over the years, but you know why? It's old age. You age, you age, you age, you fucking idiots, you age. Now, when you were young, like 1 through 10 years old. Now, when you're born, most boys are born with no hair. Now, when you constantly grow older, you grow hair. Does that mean you're covered up by someone? Does that mean you died at birth and they replaced you a baby with a full set of hair? No, you fucking idiots. Number 2. Now, your voice changes. Brian Wilson. Take Brian Wilson, for example. Singer of the Beach Boys. Now, Brian Wilson used to be able to sing falsetto on songs like Surfer Girl. And when you hear his voice go, do you love me? Do you, Surfer Girl? That's today. You know why? Because he did so many drugs. He smoked pot for inspiration. It messed up his voice. And it wasn't just pot he was on. He was on a couple of other things, I forget. But, but it messed up his voice. Now, Paul McCartney, along with the Beatles, what did they do? Except for Ringo Starr, he didn't participate in the drugs. He was a smart one. They did drugs, pot, LSD, and that ruined your vocal range. Now, after a while, after Paul married Linda, he still smoked pot, but he stopped LSD. Why? Because it was ruining his voice. His voice was changing. And he stopped that, and over the years, he gained his voice back, but what happened? He got old. When you get old, okay, see your chin right here? The skin under your chin, that's called your jowl. When you get older, it drops. Because the skin that's elastic now, it should bounce back. When you're getting older, the skin starts to get dried out, and the elastic starts to go and it drops. That happens to everyone. It happens to everyone, you fucking idiots. It happens to everyone. Paul McCartney, he was in his late 30s, early 40s, in the 70s. Still the same Paul McCartney that appeared with the Beatles in the 60s. But he was still young and he still had the face that he was born with. But what happened in the 90s, he turned 50. And what happens when you turn 50? Your jowls drop. So you start to drop, the elastic starts to go. How fucking stupid are you, dumbasses? Now, just because someone walks barefooted across the road doesn't mean they're dead, doesn't mean they're gonna die. No, it was too hot for Paul McCartney to wear shoes, so he walked barefoot, but he just happened to be out of step. But was that a surprise? No. Because usually if someone's left-handed, their right leg moves before their left leg. If someone's right-handed, their left leg goes before their right leg. Are you guys completely stupid? It's anatomy. It's anatomy. The human anatomy. Now, I'm not the greatest at science or medical or psychology, but I have a mind that fucking works. Now, what's the other thing that they say? The backwards shit. Pause that. They were high on drugs when they did that shit with the records. It means nothing. It completely doesn't make any sense. When I listen to my Beatles music, I don't try to spin it backwards because I just want to hear the songs. That's it. I don't want to be sucked into the conspiracy theory that Paul McCartney may be dead. Because guess what? He ain't. Perfect example. Paul McCartney, 1960s. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. 70s Paul McCartney. Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. 80s Paul McCartney. The girl is mine, mine. Yes, she's mine, mine. The girl is mine. 90s Paul McCartney. His voice gets even lower. Band on the run. Band on the run. 2000s Paul McCartney. Voice even lower. I got too much on my plate. I have no time to be a decent lover. I hope it never too late. Searching for the time that has come so past my ever-present past. Now, today's Paul McCartney, 2010's Paul McCartney. Now, voice, still the same, but a note lower. Yesterday, all my troubles seemed so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. It's still the same Paul McCartney. His voice changed over the years. Why? Oh yeah, he got older. He's in his 70s, for God's sakes. You think George Carlin's voice remained the same? You think Brian Wilson's voice remained the same? Do you think Mike Love's voice remained the same? No! Paul McCartney still talks like this. He still has the British accent when he talks. He still has his normal talking voice. It's just his singing voice got older. When, for example, Elvis. Now, Elvis is dead. I know that because I'm an Elvis fan. I'm a diehard Elvis fan. He died in 1977. That's a proven fact. If Paul McCartney died in 1966, it would be a proven fucking fact already. There's no way that someone could cover that up. There's no way. And even if the Beatles did try to cover Paul McCartney's death up, people would notice. People would notice. There's no fucking way the Beatles covered up Paul McCartney's death because he didn't fucking die in 1966. How fucking stupid are you people? He's alive and well. Him and Ringo Starr are the only two Beatles left on Earth. George Harrison and John Lennon died. We have Paul and Ringo left. The real Paul and the real Ringo. There's no fake Paul McCartney. There's the real Paul McCartney. That's that. You can't expect someone to have the same brain as Paul McCartney. You can't. You can't expect someone to have the same brain as Michael Jackson. You can't. You can't have someone to expect to have the same brain as Elvis Presley. You can't. You can't have someone to have the same exact brain as JFK. You can't. It's fucking impossible. You can't. You can't fake that shit. You can't fake the way someone talks. You can't fake the way someone thinks. You can't fake someone plays music. You can't. It's total bullshit. It's total fucking bullshit. And I didn't even have to show pictures and all that because it's the same fucking Paul McCartney that we see in the 1960s. His face changed over the years. It happens. It happens. It's called aging. If you don't want to fucking age, go like what Cindy Crawford does, that beauty cream shit. Her jowl didn't drop because she's using that beauty cream shit. She doesn't want to get old. When you get older, when you hit 50, your jowl starts to drop. It's aging. So people who believe in the fucking Paul McCartney, Paul is dead theory, you're fucking idiots. You're not a fucking real Beatle fan. If you're a real Beatle fan, you know that whole rumor is fucking bullshit. I'm a real Beatle fan. I know it's bullshit. So, people, goodbye and goodbye. See you next time. And for the people that believe in the Paul McCartney's dead rumor, don't even fucking comment on another Beatle video, please.